My car is not happy right now.
Is it blind?
He's using the full self-driving right now. He's not driving.
It's been driving itself the whole time, and it's not been through this.
I mean, it's doing a good job so far.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
It sees the shoulder, which is why the signal keeps coming on. It's like, we're not supposed to be here. This makes no sense.
I thought the Yoke only was on the Model S.
From the factory, yeah. This is aftermarket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, once the S and X came out, there were a few of us that were like, we want that so bad.
Probably one of the few people who actually like the Yoke then.
Yeah, quite a few people do. Most of the people that haven't driven with it. And they're just like bent out of shape from looking at it from the outside. Like, oh, it's gonna be so hard and uncomfortable, and what about parking lots, and what if your arms do this? Bunch of stupid things. I'm glad that Tesla made it an option though, because subjectively from a stylistic standpoint, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But functionally, it's no different. You just get used to it. I can whip this around a parking lot just as well as a steering wheel.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Been using this for about 1.5 years, driving everyone around all over the place.
So how many miles have you actually driven?
Yeah, right.
20?
I've got, how many miles have I? I love that. That's funny. That went right over my head for a second. Since testing the full self-driving from October of 2021, my average driving over all that time has been about 2%.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
That can be a little bit of a misleading number though, because I can say that it's in full self-driving for 98% of the time, but it can be 98% of every trip. But if I'm taking over every trip, that 2%, that's still not really great. But I will say with this current build, it is setting a new standard. It's at a 96, 97% rate with all customer trips. I've done over 50 on this build.
Wow.
And success means that I can't help it if it gets stuck. If I help it, it's a fail, because if I wasn't here and this was a RoboTaxi, you'd be like sitting there like, great, we got to order another car because this one's dumb.
So where does the screen, like, silly question, but like, where does it live when it's not on display like that?
It's right there. It stays there.
It just stays there? It's so
Yeah, it's part of the car.
Yep.
It's like a laptop.
Yeah, you'll notice there's nothing else. There's no dash cluster, buttons, gauges.
Oh, shit! Wow! That's
It's
crazy.
just, yep. This is actually super controversial back in 2017, 2018 when the first pictures were leaked. People were like, that, no way anyone's going to want that. Where's our buttons? Where's our gauges?
Yeah.
Where's our stuff?
For
Well,
sure.
I worked for Tesla when they first released these cars, actually. So.
Oh, hell yeah. So you know all of the
I do.
complaints.
I do. Body panel fitment.
Sure, yeah.
We had fun driving them.
Yeah, we got a couple S's next to the occasion.
There we go. Now it's ready. It's like, yes, no more stupid roads, full speed. Yeah, I joined as an owner in 2020, finally getting this, because they were always a bit out of my price range. We were just running some back of the napkin math about using this car for this type of work, and the numbers looked way too good to be true. Probably the savings in gas alone could pay for 3 Tesla payments.
That's crazy.
And that turned out to be the actual real world truth of it.
Wow.
When I was doing this by itself full time, before I started working for Arkimoto, I was saving around $2,000 a month in gas.
Oh, wow.
And my car payment's like $600.
That's crazy.
So, it's like, yep. My wife's got a Model Y now.
Wait,
oh, cool.
So the steering wheel, is it weird that it's not like a wheel, like a full circle? Or?
Not for me.
Okay.
There were definitely some misfires when I first put it in. Because, like, before my brain had adapted to basically how this works, I would have some moments where I would just, like, automatically go over the top and miss it. But with this, I'm just so used to having my finger in the, crook of this to whip it around, or waxing it from the base. Like, it's...
I feel like I would mess up with it. I would want to play.
Yeah, you get used to it with practice. The weirdest thing for me, both having this sort of swivel toward me and the yoke, is when we get in our Model Y, that's totally standard, the wheel feels really weird and obnoxious, and her screen feels like it's like this. Even though it's standard, it feels like it's looking away from me because I'm so used to this being slightly oriented toward me.
So that's not stock anymore. That's custom.
Yeah, that's custom.
Okay.
Yeah, there's most of the aftermarket Tesla companies all do the same yokes and swivel mounts and such at this point, with just different names. But yeah, Hansshow, the company I bought the yoke from when I started my YouTube channel, they actually sent me this Swivel Mount to install and put it on there and show how it is, and I ended up loving it. I wasn't sure if I'd like it because it does sit a little lower, but I actually ergonomically for where my elbow sits on the center console to this, it's like perfect. And I actually like that it comes down a little bit and it actually makes it even more open.
Yeah.
On the windshield. Same with the yoke, you know, it just feels so much more open, even though I don't have a Model S screen where it matters.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start talking to us about AG1, Athletic Greens here, for your sponsor?
God, no. Oh my gosh. See, I'm very heavily knowledge-based in the fitness industry, and I haven't looked into the actual science behind AG1, but...
What is AG1?
Athletic Greens.
It's the new drink that's like this is everything you need for nutrition, and it may very well be pretty amazing, but it screams, try this new detox, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Your body will never detox more than it naturally does biologically through your liver. There's no drink or thing you can take or do that is a detox. That's just marketing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I get those same initial vibes because I'm naturally a skeptic, but if I actually take the time to look into AG1, maybe. I found out that Raycon earbuds are a freaking joke.
Oh, Raycons?
Yeah, they're marketed like being these premium, awesome buds, but they're like $30 buds selling for $90. I went through like 4 sets that kept breaking or having shitty Bluetooth. I ended up getting the Google Pixel Buds Pro. Started watching YouTubers that actually review those products, and they're like, yeah, you know, Raycons would be fine if they were like $30, $40, but not $90.
Wow, that's crazy.
And they have all these like Fire Festival-esque endorsements from all of these like top celebrities that like, yeah, you know, Drake says buy Raycons. It's like, okay, does that matter?
Yeah.
So I guess Beats are no longer the popular one then, eh?
That might have been a bad example. Who knows? I forget all the celebs that they were, like Raycon would always quote. Because they teamed up with some musical celebrity to start their business. Why are you slowing down through here? Is it because of this human in the middle?
Is it really slowing itself down? That's
just probably being cautious because of that person who was outside of the truck in the middle of the road. Yeah, all the braking, everything. It's all the car.
Wow.
If I need to, tap the brake, take over as quick as you would for cruise control.
Yeah. It's kind of scary though, no?
It can be if it's your first time. It's funny. I find it's actually even scarier to be the one in the seat for the first time than to be a passenger.
I totally get that.
To actually choose to give up control.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think so.
You had me drive one of the Model X's for 30 seconds, and I freaked out. I couldn't do it. It was so scary. We were on a highway back on the East Coast, and it sped up so quickly, and I was like, this is terrifying.
The Model X is a monster. That's what I actually made my dad drive to make him realize how powerful they could be.
Yeah.
We put him in a performance Model X out of Fashion Valley Mall, and he got in it and punched it, and just the smile on his face, he was not ready.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
Because we're, very much gearhead, mechanic, muscle car, track day type people.
Yeah.
So,
once you go EV though, it's hard going back.
It is. Superior technology just has a way of saying duh.
Love it. Well, thank you so much.
My
really
pleasure, guys.
Press the button on top. I don't know how to get out of here.
Hold it down and push the door at the same time.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your weekend, guys.
Yeah, you do the same.
Thank you.